It's a nice day. The kids are playing. I can't tell them to be quiet. I've had people ask me to do tutorials on the things that I make with paracord, but there's so many great channels out there already that do paracord tutorial videos. I will link some of their channels below. So instead, what I thought I'd do is kind of share the process that I go through to come up with some of the ideas that I come up with. I looked up macrame plant hangers. I knew what they were. It's something that became very popular 50 years ago. And it's made a huge comeback, and they're absolutely gorgeous. What I did is I looked up regular macrame plant hangers and air plant hangers, and I want to combine the two. So why not combine the two and make just a really nice plant hanger? After looking those up, I kind of have an idea as to what I want to do. I got myself some 2.5-inch wooden rings and this absolutely gorgeous teal paracord. I don't know if you can see this, but it changes color. I can't explain it. I'm a note taker. I have a book that I have all of my paracord designs in. When I think of something, I start designing it out. I get a picture in my head. I write down what it is that I'd like to accomplish in the project. And then I've got to figure out measurements. And then keeping in mind, this plant hanger has to be a little universal. So I have to make it adjustable. I'm gonna use ranger beads for this. Then the next thing I need to figure out is how I'm going to utilize paracord for this. Paracord, it seems pliable. It's very deceptively pliable, because once you start to knot this together, it gets very, very stiff. This macrame plant hanger isn't going to be softened up, it's going to be hanging there stiff, and that's fine, but there still needs to be a little bit of give to it. This is where the problem solving comes in. Once I figure out how many cords I need, the approximate length of those cords, now I gotta kind of figure out a design and how they're going to work. So I do some mock-ups. The reason why I do mock-ups is I'd rather figure out what's going to work now before I cut my cord and learn the hard way that I messed up. This spiral is very traditional when it comes to macrame, plant hangers, any type of wall hanging design. But because paracord is so unforgiving and it doesn't have the pliability of a cotton cord, I found it very hard, I don't know if you can see that, to equal out the spaces in this design. And when it comes time to add the extra rings into the design for the air plants, this spiral design is going to cause the rings to tilt and not sit flat. That's a no-no. I don't want that. Good old Cobra stitch it is. This is going to sit nice and flat. It's going to hang straight. And when I go to add those rings to it, it's going to look really good. I prepped a work area on this tree. Let's get set up and let's start softening up these calluses, shall we? So I have my 10-foot pieces being the core. So I have 6 core threads. And then I've got my 2 that I'm using for the Cobra stitch. It's a 26-foot piece of paracord. That is my best educated / novice guess. The Cobra stitch is one of the easiest ones to learn. If you're gonna start with paracord, start with that one. So now I'm just going to do a series of left overhand and right overhand knots until I get about 8 inches down. This is always the hard part. I calculated 8 inches and 8 inches. They're even. The rings are technically knotted in the same spot, but I don't know if you can see that. There's quite a bit more visual space between the first and second ring than there is to this third one. Again, problem-solving dilemma. To save a bit of time, because I did calculate about 30% more than I thought that I was gonna need for cord, I'm just gonna lower the second ring and hope I still have enough to finish it off the way I want to. Next time I will make a note in my book, and next time, yeah, we're gonna pay a bit more attention to that one. All right, so here we have what we have so far. I'm now going to measure 16 inches down, and I'm going to do a 4-stranded diamond knot. got my diamond knot at the bottom. It's nice and secure. It'll fit a pot, no problem. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this inside. I need to divide these up into pairs and add ranger beads to it so that they can be moved up and down, therefore creating a wider base or a thinner base depending on whether you want to use a 4-inch pot or an 8-inch pot. Oh my gosh, joys of correction, the frustration of just trying to throw something together with paracord. I did finish it late last night. I was frustrated, and I'll show you why. These are the things that I run into when I'm just trying to think of something off the top of my head. I have a concept, I have a design idea, but during the application process, as you saw with just spacing the rings out, it doesn't always go to plan. And then it came time to finishing this piece off. I did the 1 diamond knot, and then I realized that the leftover strings were actually very loose. They were sliding in and out of the diamond knot. So I did a 2nd diamond knot. The 1st diamond knot was 4 cords with extras. The 2nd diamond knot is 4 of the opposite cords. So now these are in place. They don't move. So that was a frustration. I had a frustrating moment there. And then second, I did my first set of ranger beads, and I went to go put my pot in there, and the pot just slid out. So I realized what I had to do is put 2 layers of ranger beads on. Still adjustable. So all of these beads are adjustable for a larger pot or a smaller pot. I'm gonna give this a little bit of an open here. Take my pot, put her in the middle. Not going nowhere. She's in there. She's not going nowhere. And because of the ranger beads, it's all adjustable now. So just this little tiny 6-inch by 4-inch pot, very easily adjust the beads to have an even larger pot in place. The frustration. The frustration. Oh my goodness. You know what I have planned next for Paracord? A Jeep hammock. Yeah, and just understand that as simple and as nice as it looks, I almost quit. On to the next project. I'm a glutton for punishment, I truly am.